morning, everybody. Let's go ahead and start with our toe lifts. I'm just watching the cat to make sure she doesn't step on something she's not supposed to. Good, 4, 3, heels up, right, then left, right, and left. And you can probably see a little bit of her back in your screen. I just don't want her to step on my keyboard. We're gonna march, so standing nice and tall. Think about bracing your core. Try to get those thighs close to parallel to the floor, or as high as you're able to lift them. 4, 3, hamstring curls, tricep press it back. I will say, I'm moving a little slow this morning. I was actually super comfy, did not want to wake up. Good, 4, 3, knees up. We're going to start to add a little rotation. So just make it small, starting to wake up the spine a little bit. This is an option for one of our exercises today. 4, 3, hamstring curls. We're going to take our hand to our heel. Let's reach it back. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, slow deadlift right in the center, feet hip width apart, toes pointing forwards. So hinge, 2, up, 2. Think shoulders down and back, push the hips back. So all movement comes from the hips, comes from that nice good hinge. And I'm feeling my hamstrings today, and I don't know what we did because I didn't go heavy this week, or I'm trying not to. Last one. Slow squat. So now we hinge it back. We start to add a little bit more knee bend. So sit, 2, stand, 2. So just good squats. Modify as needed. Down and lift. Maybe today you're just not feeling the greatest and you're just thinking, I just don't know if I can do squats today. You can do chair stands. It's a similar movement. Definitely functional. Good, we're gonna hinge it forwards, open and close your book. So think about your hips. If you had your hips pressed against the wall, we want to reach, center, reach, center. And we've got 8 more, 8. And it's okay if your open is out to the side like this. Everybody's mobility is a little bit different. We're just trying to warm up. 2, bring it all the way up, arms overhead, pull it down, reach it up. Imagine the back of your hand is on the wall. You're trying to run your hand down and up the wall. It can be more of a VW, less of an IW. Good, 8. So pull it down, shoulder blades down and back into your back pocket. Good, 4, 3, 2, good, forward step and reach. So take it forward and back, forward and back. So if I turn to the side, it's a step and a drop. Reach, pull, 2. Keep the forward step. We're gonna make that arm open and close bigger. So this is kind of like a seal jack or a clapping jack. 4, 3, 2, step it to the side, side lunge, hold it in place. Side to side. Little inner thigh stretch, working on those hips. 8, 7, 4, 3, hold it in the center. We're gonna cat-cow. So inhale, exhale. Good, in and out. Nice deep breaths, and then pull it in. So you can open up the chest a little bit. So big breath, open the belly. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Couple more, in and back. Good, all the way up, side step, press it. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, plank walkouts. Give yourself a little bit of space. Hinge it forwards. We've been doing these for a while. They're part of our warm-up, and hopefully they're starting to feel better. So I'm hoping that these feel at least a little bit easier for you. Maybe they don't feel easy, but maybe they feel easier. So goal is to try to get around 5, but just do as many as you can. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Let's bring it all the way back up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Grab a quick drink of water. I'm going to turn on the fan because it's actually getting pretty warm. So today we have 10 exercises, and we're going to do 1 through 10, 40 seconds work, 10 seconds rest, and then we're going to do short rest, and then we're going to repeat. I'm hoping to get 3 rounds in. We'll see. It's going to be really tight. Usually I only do 8 exercises. Today we're going to do 10. We're going to do a cardio, we're going to do a lower body, and then we're going to do a core. So we're going to start with a grapevine and 2 jacks. So you're just going to do a grapevine, 2 jacks, grapevine, and 2 jacks. So go ahead and get ready. 40 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we're just going to do grapevine, and then jack, jack. So travel, jack, jack. If you want to take it up, you can do full jacks. Grapevine, jack, jack. Now I like to keep up with the music. You don't have to. Go at your own speed. This is about 135 beats a minute, if that matters for you. Good. Grapevine, tap, tap. So this is your low impact version. After this, we're gonna do squats. Good. 3, 2, and 1. So this is meant to be kind of a body weight workout, or can be a body weight workout, but if you want to grab weights, I'd say go for it. Here we go. So we're just going to take it down and we're going to lift. So down and up. And I'm just thinking, for anybody that likes to do keep track of what you do in your workouts, I think I'm going to do mixed cardio today. So the big thing is it's going to track your workout. And a lot of people, that's a good thing. Like, some people are just very visual. And for the rings, people seeing that, hey, I closed my rings today. It's a visual indicator that you got your workout in, you got your steps in, and you're on the right path. Good. All right, option 1, standing core rotation. Option 2, on the floor, Russian twist. Just depends on if you feel like getting up and down off the floor today. 2, 1, good. So Russian twists. So remember, you can stay standing, 100% optional. This workout is meant so that you can do this just about anywhere. So it's meant to be, it can be body weight, you can add resistance during the strength workouts, but if you don't want to get on the floor, you absolutely have options to stay standing today. So this can be, you can look like a weirdo and go do this workout in the airport. And that's fine. Just go find a little corner, maybe has a little space, or if you're at the cabin or you're traveling, good, come back up. We're gonna do side tap with a cross punch. So side tap, cross punch. Here's 2 and 1. So tap and tap. So this might be one of those times when we're traveling, we're visiting with family, they don't have equipment, we weren't able to bring anything with us on this trip. This is a great body weight workout to do that. But again, if you have the option to add some resistance, then that's a great thing. But sometimes it's just about getting that workout in. So nice, good reach, cross, cross. If you want to add a little more intensity, you add a little hop switch. The bigger the movement, the more the impact, the harder this is going to be. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, side lunge with a floor reach. So side lunge, I want you to try to get closer to the floor. Come back up. Side lunge and come back up. Your time is on. Now what we want to not to do is we don't want to just bend over, or we don't want to round our back. Spine is tall. We're sitting our hips back towards our heels. We stepped on money. We've got to reach down and pick it up. So we're working on a little mobility here, flexibility. in that hip. So this is a good hip stretch in addition to single leg work. Good, 10 seconds. And then we're gonna go for mountain climbers on the floor or at an incline, or you can do mummies. 2 and 1. All right, you can do mountain climbers on the floor, you can do mummy kicks, incline, mountain climbers, hands on a wall, or a chair. Good, time's on. So it's just drive and drive. This is your core. So I want you to think about a nice good drive. Knee goes towards the elbows. You don't want to have buns in the air, right? You shouldn't feel like you're kicking yourself in the chest or in the tummy. You're trying to drive the knee between the elbows. You can absolutely do this at an incline. Shoulders over wrists. So I'm all about quality over quantity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring yourself back up to a standing position. Reverse lunge with an overhead arm reach. So step back into your lunge, reach the arms overhead. Right here, so bracing the core, reach and lift. Reach and lift. What we want to watch for is we don't want to do the arch like maybe you would if you were in yoga. We're going for shoulder mobility. It's okay if your arms stop here. And then we're going for strength along with core. Now later on, if you feel like adding resistance, you can absolutely grab a dumbbell or two. Does not have to be heavy. And this is just a front raise. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Oh, okay, thanks. That's good, we'll figure it out. All right, 2 knees. I'd figure it out later when we had extra time. Good knee, curl, curl. So that was your lower body. Curl, curl, knee. I forgot something. That would never happen. I think we did it 12 Days of Christmas once. That we forgot the push-ups, or I forgot the 1 push-up. So at the end of the workout, we ended up doing like 12 push-ups in a row instead of just having to do 1. So knee, curl. I thought it was weird that we were already going to lunges. Like, this feels like lower body, not cardio. All right. We're gonna do a single leg stand. It's gonna be a little different. Single leg stand, right leg. Right arm is gonna do the press. Right arm is gonna do the press. If you wanna grab a dumbbell, great, but I want you to focus on stabilizing. Reach and reach. So nice and tall. So then we're going to switch and we're going to do left leg and left arm. I want to make sure you get both sides on this one. Now you can barely have that toe tapped down. So if you're struggling a little bit today, barely tap the toe down, but I want you to lift it off the ground. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little shakeout. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side because the next time we go through this, we're gonna do opposite arm and leg. 2 and 1. So right now we're doing same. Right now we're doing same. So you're standing nice and tall. Push that floor away. And again, you can have that toe barely touching the floor, but all of our weight is here. So if the toe's on the ground, we don't want hip out. Hip is pulled in. Try to get that thigh maybe parallel to the floor. Work those hip flexors. Or if you need to, if you absolutely have to, hold on to something. Work on that single leg balance. 15 seconds. So nice and tall. Now you can see how if you add a dumbbell later on, this is going to be a lot more challenging. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink of water. We're going to move pretty quickly through this. Get right into our second circuit. And I will remember an exercise this time. It's kind of like right in there, it's hard to see. Even though I swear that this is like 32 font size. All right, we're gonna go for Grapevine with 2 jacks. And 8, 7. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, so Grapevine, 2 jacks, 2 and 1. So travel, tap, and tap. Now remember, if you want to take it up, you have some options. You can kind of add a little jog, hop, switch. So step, jog, cross behind, tap and tap, or take it across, 2 high impact jacks, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you're gonna try that higher impact version, you kind of have to go for it. You can't say, oh, maybe, and then halfway through decide to change your mind. That's when we trip. 2 and 1. All right, we're gonna go for our squats. I'm gonna add a dumbbell this set. Just 1, just a little bit of resistance. Here we go. So brace the core, squat it down, and stand. When we do workouts like this, when we do 3 rounds, a lot of times it's a good idea. If you're still feeling kind of cool, or you're not quite feeling warmed up, or you're still sore, round 1 is like a warm-up round. Rounds 2 and rounds 3 can be your higher intensity rounds. So for me, round 1, warm up. Good, less than 10 seconds. And we're gonna go for Russian twists or standing core rotations. 2 and 1, bring it in. I'm gonna go to the floor. I'm gonna keep my dumbbell. So good Russian twist, 3, 2, and 1. So it does not have to be a big movement. You do not have to touch the floor. We want to make sure that we're not, this is just me moving my arms, right? I'm getting core stability, and this is an option if you don't want to rotate, but if you want that little bit of rotation, think about opening one shoulder back behind you as you take your opposite shoulder to your opposite hip. So shoulder back, and then the shoulder in the front reaches towards the opposite hip or the opposite knee. Don't let the knees wobble. Hold them steady. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up into the center. Side tap, cross punch. So tap and tap. 2 and 1. Corner, corner. Nice thing about this is you can go a little bit slower, you can go a little bit faster. It's all up to you. If you want to take it up, hop switch, hop switch. I'm keeping it pretty low impact today because I do have another class after this one. And people are sleeping. Good, 12 seconds. Cross, cross. We're moving our shoulder in line with our hip. Total body rotates, so we're protecting our spine. Here's 2 and 1. Side lunge with a floor reach. Option, grab that dumbbell. Try to set the dumbbell down on the floor. Try to set it down. Good, here we go. So side lunge, floor reach, you're gonna set the dumbbell on the floor. Side reach. I like to think about setting it down parallel to my foot. So I step and I take it down. It's okay if you're here. Everybody's different. Not everybody can touch the floor. Go as far as you can. Dumbbell switch in the middle. It's good for our brains. So think about all the times that you picked something up and you're multitasking, which apparently we're not supposed to do. 2 and 1. Bring it in. We're gonna go for mountain climbers. But if you're having to multitask, if you're having to walk and chew gum, good. Mountain climbers or mummies. It's good for our brains to do that switching from one hand to the other, to cross the midline of the body, to do one thing with your lower body and something else with your upper body. So think about, I know that I've got some golfers. You kind of have to learn how to move your body in pieces and together. Good, 12 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it all the way back up. 2 knees, 2 curls. Knee, knee, curl, curl. 2 and 1. Good. So lift, lift, curl, curl. So you can see knees up here, heels back here. Sometimes we do knees up and then we do kind of a knee up with our curls as well. I really want you to think front, front, back, back. So knees to the chin, heels to your back. Knees to the chin, heels to your back. Lift, lift, press, press. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse lunge, overhead arm reach. I am going to grab a couple of light dumbbells for this one, 2 and 1. So these are 3-pounders, and I'm gonna lift. Now again, this is gonna challenge your core. These last 3 exercises are going to challenge your core, and they should. But if you wanna make this more about your legs, then just go ahead and grab a heavier dumbbell. Don't worry about the overhead arm reaches. Focus on your lunges. Now again, make sure we're not leaning back or letting those dumbbells pull us over. Move from the shoulders. Elbows are soft, but arms are straight. Chopping motion. Good. Rest. Now we're gonna do right leg, left arm press. If you wanna grab weights, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Right here. So last time we did same. This time we're gonna do opposite. It's a little different. A lot of times we do this, and this is what happens, is we start leaning over. We wanna stand tall. Hips are pretty parallel. They're pretty even. My hip is hiked up a little bit, but you can always take it down. But I don't wanna push my hip out. I'm trying to pull my hip in. Nice, good press. 8 seconds. 2 and 1. Shake it out. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So push that floor away. Stand tall. And I'm trying not to do like a big hip hike, but I'm getting a little bit because of my hip flexors. But I'm thinking about not letting my hip go down just to keep my hips level. I'm pulling my hip in, and I'm pushing that floor away from me. This is a good one if you need to work on a range of motion in your shoulder before we add in the weights. So quality over quantity, mobility, stability, then strength and power. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink of water. So we'll have time for a third round, but it's gonna be a quick stretch. So just keep that in mind. All right, 40 seconds. We're gonna go for Grapevine 2 jacks. Good. 8, 7. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. So Grapevine, 2 jacks, tap and tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see why salsa was so hard for me. I'm sure a waltz might be a little challenging too. When you get off of that like 4 time or 8 time, it just messes with me. So salsa was really tricky. Tap, tap. Now this is your third round. This is your chance to take it up a notch if you're feeling like maybe you can do a little extra today. 2 and 1. I'm gonna get my taps in. All right, we've got our squats. With or without a dumbbell, you choose. Toes pointing forwards right here. So squat it down, lift it up. I want you to think about your body position. I notice that I squat and I kind of shift my weight into my right hip. So I'm really trying to focus on coming right into the center, trying to have my weight even across both legs. So I've got one leg that's stronger than the other, so it kind of likes to take over. That's why I like to do a lot of single leg work when I can. Try to get that other side built up. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Russian twists. Standing, you do the shoulder towards the opposite knee. 2 and 1. Now, if you want to, you are welcome to just lean back and do an isometric hold. Remember, we're not here and we're not hunkered over, but we don't have to be so far back that we feel like we're gonna fall over. Little lean back, little C curve, very little. Option to add the rotation. Quick 12 seconds, slow and controlled. Since I'm keeping my lower body steady, my upper spine is what's rotating, which means the part of my spine that's supposed to be mobile, good, rest, is what's moving. We start to lose mobility in our upper spine, that's when we start to compensate with our lower spine. Side tap, cross punch right here. Tap, tap. I gotta get on beat. Tap, tap. Good reach, corner to corner. If you want to take it up, it's a little hop switch in the middle. Doesn't have to be big. Or just take it a little bit lower, make the movement a little bigger. Tap it side, reach. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side lunge, floor reach. Option to grab that dumbbell. 3, 2, and 1. So side lunge, reach down for the floor, push off. The leg that steps out is the one that's going to be doing 90% of the work. So yes, you can use your other leg, your inner thigh, to help pull you in, but this leg, we've got to push. It's just physics, biomechanics. This one's in a better position to have us come to standing. If you're here and you have to do this to stand back up, don't step out quite so far. See how that goes. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Mummies, or incline climbers, or climbers on the floor. 2 and 1. So nice spine position again. No buns in the air, but we don't want our hips dropped. You shouldn't feel like you're gonna kick the floor. So flat back. So you're gonna have a pretty straight line from the top of your head through your shoulders to your hips. And then at your hips, you're gonna kind of angle down a little bit to your toes. So you don't have to be perfectly straight. You want that little bit of a lift. Pull the belly in. Little tiny rib tuck. Less than 10 seconds. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it all the way back up. We're gonna go for 2 knees, 2 curls. 2 and 1. So lift right here. Curl, curl, knee, knee. So tap, tap, lift, lift. You can keep the arms low. If you want to make it higher, pull, pull, drop, drop. Best way to get your heart rate up, if you're keeping it low impact, is I want you to think about big arms. Above your heart, above your head. Press, press, lift, lift, press, press. So pull down, break a board, cross your knee. Good, bring it in. Reverse lunge, overhead arm reach. You can hold one heavier dumbbell on the ends. Right here, time's on. I'm gonna stick with my lighter weights. Focus on core. Focus on dropping my back knee towards the floor. So again, we don't wanna be here and do the arch and lift the ribs. Ribs stay tucked. This is shoulder work. Reaching up, drop it down. You can stop here. It's okay. You can stop here. If that's as high as your shoulders will go without bending your elbows like you're trying to scratch your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, single leg stand. This time, right arm, we're gonna do marching right, left. So arm is up right here. So this is like our weighted march, nice and tall. If you're like, my arms are done, my shoulders don't like this, here or here is just fine. You're good. And we don't want the dumbbell resting on our shoulder, and we don't want it pulling us forwards. Ribs tucked, lift and lift. 15 seconds. Remember, this is our core work. So we're not here, puffed up, we're tucked in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, switch it to the other side. This is one, the heavier the weight, the more you're gonna notice this, but start small. 2 and 1. So again, we don't wanna have, tricky part 2 is we don't wanna have bent elbows. This is gonna be hard. Pack the shoulder blade against your torso. Try to push it up the best you can. It might be a little bit out in front, but we wanna try to lift it up. And if that doesn't work, pack the shoulder blade down and back, and you're here. 15 seconds, and we're gonna stretch. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, set it down, shake it out, walk around, grab a quick drink. I'm gonna quick put my equipment away, and I am gonna go to the floor to stretch. So if you wanna get down, grab a mat. And we're just gonna do a quick stretch today. Shoulders down and back, hands by your hips, feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're gonna rotate right, and we're gonna rotate left. So good side to side. So we want to try not to lift right now. I want you to just think about your hips, and maybe you stop here. Depends how tight you are, how those legs are feeling. 4, 3, 2, take it all the way over to one side. Open up the front leg 90-90, open up the back leg 90-90, or bend the heel as needed. Turn over the front leg, hinge it forwards. And we're gonna take it forward so we're feeling a stretch in our outer glute and thigh and our hip. We don't wanna feel this in our low back. Good, bring it up, staying here. We're gonna take our front leg and we're gonna bend it more if we need to. You might have to lean back a little. I want you to try to straighten your back leg a bit. I'm still on the inside of my foot. Point your toe, and then I want you to try to rotate forwards and then rotate back. So it's like if you were practicing to do a split. So I just want you to do a little rotate forwards, rotate back. If that is too much, bring this leg back in, rotate forwards, and rotate back. So everybody's a little different in what they're able to do. So a little bit of front, a little bit of back. Maybe you're able to go into a variation of pigeon. If you're not, that's okay. 2 and 1, bring it in. Switch it up and over to the other side. Same thing, open up the front leg 90-90, back leg 90-90 if you can. If you can't, bend that back knee a little bit, rotate over your front knee, and we're gonna hinge it forwards. If you're really tight, you might be here. You might be staying pretty tall because you might have to lean back a little bit. The hinging forward is based on how your hips are feeling today. Here's 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and bring it up. If you're flexible, you can leave your leg open. I'm gonna bring my leg in. I'm gonna try to straighten my back leg, point my toe, and then same thing. So I'm just gonna do a little rotate forward, rotate back. You can have a soft knee if you need to have that bent knee, but we're thinking about trying to squeeze the glute, rotate, push the hip forwards towards the floor. So we're trying to open up the front of the hip. Some people are a lot more flexible. It's just kind of our little wiggle. And then if you want to, if you can get into a variation of pigeon, great. If you can't, here's 2 and 1. Bring it in, coming over to hands and knees. Sit it back, child's pose, reach the fingers forward. Nice, good stretch. So reach those hands forward like you're trying to pull your body forward, but somebody else is pulling your hips back. Good, bring it up, hands and knees. Pull the hands back slightly, tuck the toes under, lift it up and back into a down dog. And we're gonna alternate, walk the dog. You can be in more of a plank here if you don't want your head below your heart today. Three, 2, 1. Good. We're gonna walk ourselves back up to a standing position. Take your time, especially since we've just had our head below our heart for a minute. Give yourself a moment. You can stop halfway up. I usually do. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Let's take our hands out, palms facing forwards. We're going to bring our hands lightly behind our ears, take it out to the side, and then hands to the small of the back. So bring it up and take it back. And it's a little, this one's tricky. So we want to imagine that our hands are against a wall. A lot of times we do this and our hands are kind of going all over the place. We want to try to work on keeping the hands touching the wall. Now your wall might be to the side of your hips and the side of your head. So we're going to get that forward rotation, but we don't want like big rounded shoulders. Last one. Bring it in, shoulders down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Back in the center, head up, look to one side, look to the other. Here's 2 and 1. Bring it in the center, big breath in, spread the fingers, spread the toes. Exhale, one more time, big breath in and out. And you are all done.